Woo! How's it going? How's it going, folks? Been a day. I had a bit of a rough day yesterday, but we're back, feeling great today. How you doing? I got a new video already done, edited, uploaded, ready to go. It'll be going up later today, probably a little bit after the conclusion of the stream. I'm thinking I might launch it about noon or so Central Standard Time. That explores the Japanese sales charts and talks about the Switch Lite sales and Link's Awakening and a bunch of stuff. So you can stay tuned for that later. We're not going to talk much about that during the stream since I do have a dedicated video on it coming out later. I'm also slowly working on a video about the value of video games, how we determine value, and there's a lot of like, what does value even mean? But we're going to be focusing more so on price points from, the indie games and the 99-cent games out there, or even free to play, all the way up to the $60 AAA games, and obviously the microtransactions that are associated with some of that. And just kind of diving into all of the subjectiveness, because let's just be honest, it is subjectiveness around the value of a video game. What makes a game worth the price it is? And the easiest answer, of course, is that, well, what makes a game worth the price it is the price you're willing to pay. But it can get much more complex than that when you're actually debating if it's worth that price you are paying. Just because you might be willing to pay it doesn't mean that you think it's actually worth that price. There could be other factors that make you feel like you need to buy a game right now. So I got a video working on that'll probably land this weekend, because that's more of a long-form discussion, editorial-style video that will be coming out probably on Saturday. We'll see. I'm going to kind of stick to news a lot during the week and then get some of those more discussion-oriented opinion editorial style pieces out on weekends, so you guys have something on the weekends to enjoy when I don't plan to be doing much on YouTube during that time. All right. That being said, I guess I'll just shout out to the people who are here in the stream. Kind of a light amount of viewers for this morning hour, but that's okay. I decided that I was going to stream now instead of later. One of my kids is actually home sick right now and taking a nap, so I already know later this afternoon I won't be able to do a stream because I need to take care of her. So, hello, Sweet Life of Dio Brando. How's it going? And Juan Castillo. Those are the two people that have said hi so far. Trucker as well just popped in and said hi. So welcome to the stream, guys. If you want to shout out, literally you just have to say something in the chat and I will shout you out. Yeah, so this is a Q&A, so you can ask questions. All you have to do is type at Nintendo Prime in the chat. It will highlight your comment to me, and then I can answer it. You can obviously also super chat or donate or whatever and get your comments to the top of the queue, but we don't really have a lot of people here, so it's probably not going to be hard to get your questions answered. For those who don't know, I do try to read the entire chat when it comes to questions, so if I ever get behind in the chat because things are moving too fast, which can happen at times in Q&As, I apologize if it takes me a bit to get to your comments, but I will try my best to get to them. Let me see here. Dylan Gerard is here as well. Seguin the Pikachu fan and Batnav 10. Dio Brenda's been playing Trails in the Sky. I've never heard of that one. So your trucker, man, I'm not current on what's up with you, heart attacks, life, all that. You okay? So I guess that's a good question to start with, and I expect to get kind of a personal question like that probably every stream for a while, at least until I'm in the clear. So there's been a lot going on, obviously. But all you need to know right now is I am doing all right. Not in necessarily the most ideal of situations I want to be in, because I would like to have no health issues. I'd like to be still doing the job I was doing before the health issues came up. And I would like to just move on and live my life. But reality is that that's not happening right now. So obviously I've had the heart attacks that I don't really want to spend a whole lot of time talking about them, but I could clarify, I guess, because some people, there are lots of different types of heart attacks, and there's a lot of assumptions around heart attacks and what they what causes them, and there's still more research going into it. But for me personally, there's basically been two things that led to the causation of my heart attacks. The first one being that I have extremely high blood pressure. That's not like unheard of. A lot of people have high blood pressure. I am on medications for it, but even on medications, my blood pressure is still high. Like they have me on 3 different blood pressure medications, and even then, my blood pressure still tests as hypertension. So, yeah, just without those medications, it's extremely high. And then stress. So I don't have like one of those situations where like a valve is failing, or a situation where there's anything wrong with any of the stuff in or around the heart in terms of anything that should be causing a heart attack. But I had a lot of high stress. I still have a lot of high stress, and then the blood pressure, and those two things combined have led to me having heart attacks. And it sucks. It's good in that that's what the heart attacks are, that they're not worse, and not something that's more debilitating, not something that's more, I guess, unfixable. And right now, the big focus is obviously, there's stress and trying to reduce stress and deal with stress better, and just calm myself down when I am stressed. There's obviously that and that mental aspect to it, but then obviously the big focus on the physical aspect, losing my weight to get my blood pressure under control or more under control, because they think if my blood pressure is under control, the stress won't trigger the heart attack. That is the entire thesis right now on my health situation, is lowering stress and trying to get my blood pressure under control, so then stress doesn't trigger the attacks. And stress can come in many ways. There's obviously financial stress. That's the one that's been talked about a lot lately. There's personal life stress. There's stress from my kids. There's stress from a lot of things. Even being on YouTube, as enjoyable as it can be, there are stress. There are people all over YouTube that call me out and make fun of me, and that's just part of life. And I can ignore a lot of that noise, but what are you going to do about it? You just got to live your life and kind of press forward. You can't worry about how other people are looking at you or judging you. As long as you're happy with yourself, that's what matters the most. And there has been positives that have come out of all of this in my life. As an example, I am getting married officially. We've been engaged for 7 years, and now we're getting married. We have a tentative date of August 21st next year. Meeting with the priest later, because we are getting married through the Roman Catholic Church, because that's my faith. She's a Lutheran, so it doesn't really matter. That's just what we're doing. With that, I don't really care if you're religious. I don't care to talk about religion. I don't care to debate religion with you. I'm not here to press my beliefs onto you. You can believe what you want or not believe what you want. It doesn't matter to me. Those are just my beliefs and my faith and what I'm going to be doing for my wedding. So that's good, and that's been a big positive, although obviously the big negative of when you're going to get married is wedding planning can be stressful. I'm not so much worried about like the 6 to 9 months of therapy classes or whatever my church does. I don't really worry about that. That to me is probably going to be relaxing, because I won't be around my kids. It'll just be me and my fiance talking to a priest. That doesn't bother me. But there's the obvious, getting venues set up, figuring out, how our families are helping pay for the wedding. So how are we going to sort out the finances for all that? Even just like the wedding parties and deciding on who's going to be bridesmaids and groomsmen and who's going to be, ushers and setting up all the plans for all that. And it's just, if you've ever planned a wedding, a big wedding, because we have a lot of family, so it's going to be a pretty big wedding. You would know how stressful it can be. And you quickly come to find out that besides the actual part when you're in the church and saying your vows, a lot of the reception and a lot of everything else kind of becomes about everybody else but the people getting married. It's like the people getting married are why people are getting together, but everything else is about them. Like even setting like the tables and who's going to sit at what table can be controversial when it really shouldn't be, because who really cares? But like people think it's some big status symbol if they're sitting at a certain table closer to the head table. I honestly don't get it. And then you have to worry about who's not going to be in the wedding party. Are they going to be offended that they're not in the wedding party? It's just, it can become a whole mess. But you know what? I have a year to spread out that stress. So I'm not too stressed about it now. I just know that stress is coming. And that's again why I got to continue my weight loss journey. I'm down 42 pounds. What's actually interesting about about it is about the weight loss. Is someone I forget the name. There's this YouTuber out there right now that's really making like videos on me almost daily. I don't know what his obsession is, but daily calling me out, calling me an e-bagger and all this stuff. And I really don't care. But what was cool is he brought up a clip from, I don't know, a year and a half ago, where I mentioned how, I've never asked anyone to pay my bills, which obviously has changed. That's something that has happened over the past week. But that's not really what bothered me about it. Actually, what was really cool is the very beginning of the video when he's showing the video clip of me a year and a half ago. Holy crap, was I fat? Like, that's what I got out of it. I'm watching, I'm like, man, I was a big boy. I can tell now, looking in the camera right now, just at my face, and then looking at my face back then, that I have lost weight. It is crazy. And I started looking back at, even like a couple months ago, looking back at some old live streams and some of my reactions at E3. And I'm like, holy crap, look at my face. It's like this. It's like I'm a big doughboy. And now, like, I can tell my face has actually got some little bit of definition, and I've lost a little weight. It's crazy. I can't wait to see what it's going to look like when I drop another 40 pounds. When I get under 200, what's my face going to look like then? What's my body going to look like? How am I going to feel? How's the energy levels going to be? How's my blood pressure going to be? Which is obviously the big reason I'm trying to lose weight, is for the blood pressure. So, it's going to be, it's pretty amazing that I actually noticed it from a person trying to call me out and try to, I don't know what the point is of the call outs, I guess, to, I don't know, have fun, to try to make me feel bad. I don't know why people do it. I don't know. I've never really been interested in being someone who likes to call out people. I think I've called out like DSP or something in the past as well, but who really cares? Let's just be honest. Like, who cares? People are going to do what they do, and you're either going to like them or you're not going to like them. I can't really worry about that stuff. But it is cool to see that, like, through someone making fun of me, the big takeaway I got is, man, I lost some weight. Sweet. All right. Make sure if you guys have questions that you're in the chat and you at me in the chat. BJ Holloman is here as well. Thank you so much for tuning in. So is Corey Bohm and Nader Tots 1. How's it going? All right, so Batnav had a question. He said, thoughts on the state of play. So Sony had a state of play, and I think Xbox had an Inside Xbox yesterday too. I didn't catch any of the Inside Xbox news, so I'm not sure. If you guys have questions on that, I don't know. And apparently, what I caught of state of play was the right parts. Apparently, all of state of play sucked except for the last part, which was The Last of Us Part 2. And by the time I caught the state of play, it was right at the end when Last of Us Part 2 was being shown off. And I thought Last of Us Part 2 looks absolutely amazing, and I didn't even play the first one. And I think it looks amazing, and I want to play it. So I thought that part of state of play was fantastic. I haven't seen the rest of it, and everyone tells me the rest of it's forgettable. I don't know if it was a bunch of indie games. I don't know what it was. But apparently, if you just saw Last of Us Part 2, you saw the only part of state of play that mattered. That's what I've been told. I'm a big believer that you should judge it by watching it yourself. So I can't comment on the rest of State of Play because I haven't watched it yet. Again, I was having some complications yesterday. So between State of Play and Inside Xbox, those are two things I do need to catch up on today and will later today. I'll probably just watch them on my phone and just kind of see what happened so I can kind of stay up to date on what's happening outside of Nintendo. So again, I don't want to say like State of Play sucked. I don't want to say that Inside Xbox sucked. I don't know. I just know the only thing I saw Last of Us Part 2, like that's the one part I did see. It looked really, really good. So maybe later this week, in a different live stream might be better to ask me again what I thought of that, what I thought of Inside Xbox, or what I think on things going on outside of Nintendo, because then I'll be more up to date. Right now, I'm just not. I'm barely keeping up on Nintendo stuff right now. So let's see here. Nader Tots 1 said, so I saw you were thinking about blocking some people for negativity. What kind of comments were being made? A lot of comments on e-bagging, of course. Just the comments that I knew were going to come the moment that I mentioned, hey, you can donate and help support me if you want. Donation link in the description. We have an October goal there of like $1,000. I get that. Like, people are going to be mad about e-bagging because that's just the way they were raised, and the way they were raised doesn't line up, or I guess the way that I view the world doesn't line up with the way they view the world, and it's just going to lead to a lot of criticism. And just straight up, calling me an e-bagger, I guess, doesn't bother me. But I'll give you maybe I could show you guys an example of some of the comments. I've already blocked a bunch of people, so I don't know how many of these comments I'll be able to find. But I can probably show you a few examples. Let's see here. Where's my last live stream? Sorry, I'm just trying to grab the last stream. Is it? Did YouTube delete my stream? What? Oh, they put it in a separate section? Oh, no, I think they might have deleted my stream. Why, YouTube? You weren't supposed to do that. Well, yeah, there's been some people that have come at me, and they'll call you an e-bagger, but then they'll go beyond that and start calling you like a fat slob and all this stuff. And I honestly, I've seen these comments forever, so the comments themselves don't bother me, but I just kind of figured, you know what, just block them all, and I'm at a point where I'm trying to like not be stressed out, so I'm just kind of done reading those kind of comments. So when they pop up on my videos and I block you for it, I do apologize. I've been allowing these comments for years without blocking people, but I've kind of just reached that point where I personally am trying not to stress out as much. And I think part of my stress with YouTube is that I focus on the negative comments too much. And that's not anyone's fault but my own, that I focus on the negativity too much, or that I create things that can cause negativity. I have to take responsibility for that fact that, if I do something that's a controversial thing, like asking for donations, that's going to cause negativity, and I know that. So I'm stuck at handling that, and in order for me to be more at peace on YouTube, when I see it, I'm just going to kind of remove it. And then if that person makes a second comment and whatever, then I'll probably just end up hiding them on my channel, I guess blocking them or whatever. I won't report you. I don't believe in reporting people and getting you banned because you're critical or you're even making fun of me. I don't care if you're swearing at me and making fun of my children. Like, I'm not going to report you. I didn't report Gamesta, and Gamesta used to attack my actual family, and I didn't report him. I just blocked him from my channel. So just a lot of comments like that are kind of going on. Trucker says, congrats on the marriage. I'm glad you're generally okay. I hope you can meditate. Yeah, I am seeing a therapist right now and working on some meditation techniques, especially for when I'm really stressed. I had a moment yesterday, and this is why I didn't do any videos yesterday, that I was really stressed and I almost had to go back to the hospital. I took a long period of time to meditate and pray and get away from things and get myself under control. And it was about my kids. And kids are always going to be stressful, especially mine, with ADHD and depression and a whole bunch of stuff going on with my kids, that it really puts the pressure on you as a parent. And most of the time I can handle it, but I was already having a rough day and it just compounded. But I got myself under control, got myself composed, did what I needed to do for my kids. And, I'm still here. I just couldn't do any work because I just couldn't. My body just shut down. I couldn't do it. But I'm here, and we'll keep it going. I also have to work a little bit of one of my other jobs later today as well. So, let's see here. Good job with the weight too. Thank you. How's the new Zelda Switch game? I don't know. I haven't played it, so maybe someone in the chat could play it. The welcome. Oh, I don't know. Some Japanese or Chinese characters. I can't read. I can't read Japanese or Chinese, so I'm not sure what this character says, but and I don't know, OWOM Milkus, I think is your name. Welcome to the stream. It says you can easily say that State of Play sucked, but a really bad Nintendo Direct is at least mediocre to you and the rest of the Nintendo fanboys. I have actually called out some Nintendo Directs as sucking, so I've legitimately said certain Nintendo Directs suck, so I don't know about that. But I mean, again, I never said State of Play sucked because I haven't seen it. I just know Last of Us Part 2 looked amazing. My comments on that I've heard that it sucked aren't from Nintendo people. They're from Sony fans. 'Cause I follow places like PlayStation Universe, and certain YouTubers that only do Sony, and they were the ones saying that it sucked. So it wasn't coming from Nintendo people that I was hearing. I don't when it comes to like things like State of Play, and like Inside Xbox, I tend not to try not to listen to people like Player Essence or Spawn Wave or any channel that tends to lean towards Nintendo, because when you do, you feel like there's some bias coming in towards, well, we prefer Nintendo stuff, so of course we don't think this stuff looks as good. But I like to, when I'm looking for opinions on what's actually happening in the rest of the industry, I like to look towards other people that literally that's what their channel is about, that's what their social media is about, that's what their websites are about, instead of going to Nintendo people. Because I agree, Nintendo people can be biased towards State of Plays and Inside Xbox, just like Sony and Xbox fans can be biased towards Nintendo Directs. Like that's something that does exist, and I try to get outside of that bubble when I'm looking at outside opinions. But personally, I have not actually seen all of State of Play. I've only saw The Last of Us Part 2 stuff. So, and I didn't see any of Inside Xbox. So I can't really give opinions on it. Let's see here. Bad Nev says, don't bother with it. I agree with the general public opinion. I'm still going to check it out. It's not that long. What is it, like 20 minutes? It's not that long. It's not a big part of my day. I can literally be cooking lunch or something for my sick daughter and like have it on in the background. And it's not going to be a big deal. I'll stop it. If it's something too violent, I don't want my daughter to see. But I don't think it'll be too bad. Besides The Last of Us Part 2 stuff, and I already saw that. So, let me see. Corey Bohm says, a stealth announcement yesterday was Civ 6 with both expansions is coming November 22nd to Xbox and PlayStation 4. The same date the Switch will get both expansions added to the eShop. Well, that's good. That's actually really good news. Civ 6 is great. I don't think it's quite as good as Civ 5 personally, but it's a good game. I wish the Switch version had all the online play components, though. Without it, man, it's like a gimped version of the game without it. Don't get me wrong, Civ is still fun playing single player, but man, I miss when you play on PC, like in Civ 5. I used to have like week-long, campaigns against people. It was crazy. I don't have the time to do that anymore, but I still miss it, and it would be nice for Switch to be able to do that. But M. Milkus, just watch the Immoral John Hancock channel. I'm aware of the channel. He made some valid videos on you, Mr. Prime. I've seen some of his videos. I don't really have much to say. I mean, he thinks some of the things I've said on my channel are about him when they never were. They were about other people who made comments. But when he's echoing what some other people are saying, I can see why he thinks I'm talking about him. But yeah, I've seen his videos. They don't bother me. His video was the one I referenced earlier in the stream where I said I think he made a video on me today or whatever, and he showed me saying something about I'd never asked money for bills, and then obviously now I have a video like a year and a half ago. And it's funny because all I took out of it is, holy crap, I lost weight. that was my takeaway. So I don't really get upset by it. It is what it is. He's not the first person to call me out. It's funny because he acts like he's the first person to call me out. He's not even close. There's been, at least 7 channels I'm aware of that have gone on the call out Nintendo Prime train. I just don't care. I'm just being honest. Like, I understand if you feel his viewpoints are valid. It's all about how you view the world and what you view as okay and not okay. And I'm not here to have that debate on what's okay and what's not okay, because that's up to everyone individually, up to how you were raised, up to a lot of different things. And personally, I just don't care that much. The only reason I'm even aware of his channel is because someone warned me about him making videos in case some people came to my streams and attacked me or something. And it is what it is. What else is new? Welcome to the internet. If you're not getting attacked for eBagging, you're getting attacked for being fat. If you're not getting attacked for being fat, you're getting attacked for repeating yourself in videos. If I'm not getting attacked for repeating myself in videos, I'll get attacked for my editing not being great or being inconsistent or this or that or whatever. I've been criticized from every angle I can imagine. I've even had my family criticized, which I always think is a big no-no. You don't criticize actual children. I think that is off limits, especially on the internet when you don't know them. Just because they randomly walked into my office on a stream doesn't give you a right to attack them. I've seen the whole gambit. I've had death threats. It's it is what it is. You know, people are gonna feel what they feel, and I can't change how they feel. All I can do is state what I feel, and obviously opinions and stuff can change over time, including my own. So it's easy to go back and find things to say that I was contradictory on, like, oh, look what he said like a year ago, and look what he's saying now. Look at him, he's contradicting himself. I'm like, yeah, because opinions and minds change over time. I don't know. I'm okay with it all. It is what it is. He'll probably continue to make videos and milk me. I notice his videos with my name in it are getting more views than his other videos, so, you know, just like Gamesta and many before him, he'll continue to milk it until he doesn't feel like doing it anymore. Let me see. Hater's gonna hate. Nader's gonna Nate. I'm Nathaniel also. Nice. Money is too good, so that's why you don't want to bother with it. Be real. Money is too good. Money is too good. I don't know what you're talking about, but that's all right. I'm guessing you're a fan of his channel. So, The Last of Us 2 was sick. The medieval indie looking pretty good. I remember playing the original back in the day. All right. Let's see here. Sub Vasquez is here. What's up? What video is it? The John Hancock one. If you look up his channel, it's like the most recent. I'm not going to link to any of it, but it's like the most recent video he made. I think he did today, yesterday. I don't even know. It was his most recent video. And it showed me saying that, oh, I've never asked money for bills and blah, blah, blah. And then, obviously, you know, literally 5 days ago, I asked money for bills for the first time. So, like, it is what it is. Oh, someone sent me a glitch in Link's Awakening. This is really cool. Maybe you should watch this glitch. Remember, if you guys have any questions, be sure to add me in the chat at Nintendo Prime. Or, I mean, right now, the chat's not moving too fast, so I can pretty much read anything. I'm going to see if we can look at this quick. Sure, this will work. Let me, here. So, this, Nathaniel Balboa sent me this, glitch in Link's Awakening. Let's actually check this out and see what he found here. Oh! So he fell through the ground jumping after being shot by a... Let's see this. Just trying to get it to happen again. Okay, here we go. One more time. So the River Zora shoots at him. He does the rock feather jump and he falls through. That's pretty cool. Pretty cool. There's a lot of glitches like that in gaming. That's pretty neat. I gotta give you props on that one. That's a pretty neat glitch. There's glitches like that all over games. Good stuff there. I think that's pretty funny. People use glitches like that sometimes to enter areas they're not supposed to enter yet and all that stuff. And don't worry about his not reaching anyone. Here's the thing. About people that call me out or that are critical and have channels like his. Oh, that was you, Nader Tuff's nice. Well, thanks for showing me that glitch. I think it's pretty cool. Got it on the stream, so there you go. I don't really care how many views or subs a channel has. You know, it doesn't even have to have a channel. I care what people say, like, as individuals, and that's why I try to block out a lot of the negativity, or right now try to, like, just, you know, hide people from my channel, because I don't want to read it. I don't want to see it. Like, it doesn't make me feel guilty. It just brings the wrong aura to my life. I don't even know if that's a way to explain. I don't know how to explain it. I just don't like negativity right now. I'm trying to stay more positive. What's up, Just Cliff? Welcome to the stream, my man. Nice to see you. Edward Norton, I bet that we will get Mother 3 as the next major game for Switch. It's going to look something similar to Link's Awakening. That would be nice. I don't know that's ever going to happen, but that would be pretty amazing. I got to admit. Thor has to hit him to do it? Okay, that makes sense. So you hit him and then use Rock's Feather to jump at the same time. At the top of the ladder. Let's see here. So I have a video on Switch Lite sales from Japan coming later today. But here's some information from the UK. Let's take a look at this. If I can make it work, maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't work. Let me try something here. Give me a second. I'm gonna show you this bit of news. All right. Let me transition to this quick. So the Nintendo Switch Lite has a slow start in the UK. This comes from Nintendo Life, and it says, let me see here. Slow opening week in UK, according to the report from Game Industry Biz. It sold around 13,500 units. That's not too much. The Nintendo 2DS sold 200,000 units. So that's really slow. That's a really slow start. According to retailers who have spoken, the launch of Switch Lite isn't as significant as the months ahead. Switch Lite was always going to come into its own so they're basically saying wait for Pokemon. Yeah. So basically they're saying, yeah, no one really cares right now, but wait for Pokemon. I guess that makes sense. Let's see here. Keep being you, brother. You are a great person. Great things will come your way. People who talk smack are just unhappy with themselves. Maybe. I think some people genuinely enjoy talking smack. Like you'll see these channels out there, these people that they thrive in negativity, and it's because they enjoy it. They literally enjoy trying to bring other people down. They enjoy making fun of people. Some of it's obviously out of frustration as well. Like they can be frustrated. Oh, why is this person asking for money? Why is this person doing this? Why is this person doing that? Why does this person get a real job? Like I understand there's some frustration there, but there's also some enjoyment in tearing down other people. And this is true even before the internet was a thing. When I was a kid back in the 90s and stuff, there's bullies, and there are people that really enjoyed being that bully. Maybe it was masking other feelings, but not always. So I think it's interesting looking in the human psyche on why that happens and why people thrive in negativity so much. But I mean, it's true all over the internet. People flock to negative things. I mean, why do you think when you turn on the news, almost anytime you turn on national news, CNN, Fox News, MSNBC, whatever you decide to watch, I really don't care, that it seems to always be negative all day long? Because people flock to that. That's what gets them ratings. People love negativity. They love to be upset. So, I mean, if there's any possible way to be upset at something, it's more fun sometimes to be upset than it is not to be. So, yeah, I mean, I'm not saying that doesn't mean the negative stuff isn't warranted, that the criticism isn't warranted. It's just an interesting look into society where, there's like this one negative thing. In this case, like that one channel has against me, about me being an e-bagger or whatever. That one negative thing they have about me about being an e-bagger, and automatically they just say, oh man, you're just a giant piece of shit. It's like, sure. I mean, I guess if that one aspect of my life makes you feel that way, I'm sorry. Like, I don't know what else to tell you. There's a whole lot to me than just what happens on the internet, but it is what it is. Let me see here. Speaking of Switch Lite, I heard that it's expensive to fix it. Yeah, it's like twice the price to fix the stick issues if you fix it out of warranty. In Japan, anyways. I don't know if that's true the rest of the world, but Nintendo of Japan has prices that are listed as twice as expensive as fixing a normal Joy-Con. So yeah, it's weird. Weird that it's twice as expensive. Even though it's the stuff like this. It's really hard for guys our ages. I don't know. Edward, do I even know how old you are? I don't know how old you are, Edward. It's really hard for guys our ages to get jobs compared to who are thriving on Twitch. Oh yeah, I mean the younger generation than me, I would say probably 8 to 10 years younger than me. That's the generation that really thrives on social media. The Mr. Beasts of the world and stuff like that. Obviously, we know about like PewDiePie, and he's kind of up in my generation, but he's kind of that anomaly. And there's some other old school YouTubers like that, the Philip DeFrancos of the world, the Markipliers or whatever that happened to have made it, the Boogie 2988s, but they made it because they were in really early on the YouTube game. Most of the people that make it on YouTube in terms of just being able to do it as a job because they make enough money doing it, are the people that are a lot younger. They appeal to a younger generation, and people don't care about the mistakes they make. Like, there's a lot of YouTubers that do way worse than e-bagging, and people just don't care because that's their generation. That's what they're growing up as. So I think a lot of it's just easier to make it if you're younger. When you're my age, you're kind of out of the making it stage. You can still get lucky. You can be a Jay's 2 cents. You could be a Linus Tech Tips. You could be a Spawn Wave or even a Player Essence. It can happen. It's just a lot harder. But I'm glad that people like that have found their audience and have gotten popular and are doing well for themselves. I'm incredibly proud of the YouTubers I meet that become massively successful at what they do. So successful, in fact, that that's all they have to do. They don't have to work other jobs anymore. There's an inherent jealousy, of course, because I would love to be them and not have to work in any other jobs, but or not have to do YouTube part-time or whatever it is. But I'm also incredibly proud of them, because they were able to fight through any controversies they might have had, because almost everyone has some sort of controversy, and rise above it and become better people for it and better YouTubers for it. Player Essence, as an example, comes to mind as someone who has had numerous things that have upset people over the years. And he's overcome it now to become basically a full-time live streamer and still be able to get out content on YouTube every day. So I applaud him for his efforts. He is... I don't know if you know OJ the Dude. You might know him as like this online personality who can be entertaining and controversial and this and that. But in general, he's a really good guy, and you don't get to know that by just showing up to a live stream and stuff like that. Like actual real life, like legit conversations with him I've had in private. He is just a really good dude. And I think that goes a long way in his success because he's driven. He's extremely driven. He's got no problem working, a quote unquote real job. It's just he's very driven at what he does, and that drive has helped make him as successful as he is. Whereas my drive, especially this year, has wavered a lot due to other things happening around me. Right now it's been my health, but before that there's been other things happening around me in my life that have made me not be as driven of a YouTuber as I once was. When I had a whole lot of success last year in 2018, I was extremely driven, and you could tell in the quality of my content, in the consistency of the content. You could just tell I was very driven. And I think it's easy to tell this year that I'm not as driven. And that sucks. But that's just the way it goes. So, no, I'm not having a really good year this year on YouTube, and that's okay. I still enjoy making content. For me, right now, I'm all about getting back to the pure joy of content creation, and then just seeing what happens. I've called it a job several times because I do get paid and I pay taxes on it, but it's a hobby. I mean, let's just not kid ourselves. This isn't, YouTube is not supporting my family. So it is just a hobby. And when I talk about other jobs, I can't work them for very long. So they're not hobbies, but they don't pay the bills really either. It's kind of a combination of everything right now. From the little bit I'm able to work, real jobs in combination with YouTube, in combination with your guys' support sometimes and other things, we're able to get by. Obviously, I've talked about my fiance going back to work, so that's going to be a big help as well. That's going to be a huge help, to be honest, because she is capable or in a good spot right now to be able to work full time. So I applaud that. And our children, unfortunately, are at a stage where both of us can't work dedicated full-time jobs because of the type of health care they would need with one of us not around, being extremely expensive. But again, this is all personal life stuff I've never gotten into, and I don't really want to get that deep into it because it's not you guys' business. But I thank you guys for for tuning in and enjoying the streams and supporting people like OJ and Spawnwave and RGT and Dreamcast Guy. I know I kind of float around that crowd at times. At least I did before all this stuff, went down. And I applaud all those people, Supermental Daves, and like they're very successful at what they do, and I am glad to know them, at least. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. You need to get into selling gamer bathwater. Oh man, I took a bath playing my Switch, and this one, oh man, I moved my PlayStation 3. This is old school PlayStation 3 bathwater right here. Thank you for subscribing, Gibbsy Grizz. Hope you're enjoying the content. Most recent super chat, 75 cents. Let me fix that there. Corey Bohm, you're a little off center. No, Corey, no. There we go. Like, why won't it let me select you? Let me fix that. Corey Bohm, 75 cents super chat. All right. I don't know if there's even worth having that total subscriber count up anymore now that YouTube changed their thing. Like, you guys don't even know my total subscribers anymore. Only I do. Nobody knows but me. If you guys are curious, my current subscriber count is, let's see here, what's the dashboard saying today? The YouTube dashboard was never fully up to date either. But what's it saying today? That's not saying anything. Let's go back to that's right. We have to go to Creator Studio Beta now to see our subscribers. Yeah, I have 46,076 subscribers right now. So for you guys, it's only ever going to say 46K, then 47K, then 48, etc. It's never going to tell you the hundreds anymore. Let's see here. OJ seems like a legit guy for sure, says Bem Soo Chun. He works hard. I understand. We have people who follow my channel who don't like OJ very much. I get it. He can be abrasive, aggressive at times with certain opinions on things, and the way he handles his live chat sometimes. I get it, but I just know him like on a more personal level and just how good of a guy he is. So it is what it is. I could be say and do dumb things too that piss people off. So Jessica said, agree, never know the person behind the camera. That's right. Like thank you, Shannon Sherwood, for subscribing. So like everyone will come to me and sometimes talk about how honest I am, how genuine, this and that. And it's like I really appreciate the compliments, and I think it's amazing that people think that of me. But you guys, even what you guys see, you guys don't truly know me. You've heard some health struggles, you heard some stuff about my family, but you still don't know. Like the amount you guys know is such a minute fraction. The amount you know about me as a person is a minute fraction. I like to think that I present the real me all the time, but like you don't see me all the time. You don't see the different aspects of me, the lovey-doveyness between me and the future wife, and me as a parent, both me being agitated, not being agitated. You don't see me at my worst. You don't always see me at my best. So there's just a lot that you don't know about a person if all you do is just watch live streams and YouTube channels. So I try not to be extremely judgmental of people, even those that are really critical of me. I try not to be super judgmental of them because I don't know them. Would their opinion of me be different if they knew me in person? Not the opinion of what they're criticizing, probably not. But, would they call me a piece of shit? I don't know. Maybe they still would. Maybe they wouldn't. Maybe they would think I'm actually a pretty good dude that goes through a lot of crap. I have no idea. We all have our struggles. So who am I to bitch? Like I could have been born in Africa and had a lot bigger struggles than what I have now. So it is what it is. From what you've seen of Link's Awakening, what do you think? No, the stream's not over. We still got about a half hour. Yep, half hour. Unless I have a text right now. Unless I have to dip out. Nope, I don't have to dip out yet. All right. So half hour. From what I've seen of Link's Awakening, what do I think? I think it looks fine. I played Link's Awakening at E3. Like I thought it was fine, and I look forward to playing it when I get a Switch sometime later. When my Switch gets replaced sometime later, I don't know if it'll be this year, if it'll be next year. I'm not sure when, but when I replace my Switch, Link's Awakening will be one of the first games from this year I pick up, along with Astral Chain, Luigi's Mansion 3, Pokemon. I think those are probably the extent of the games I will buy from this year. I won't buy it immediately when I get a new Switch, but like, those are like my next on the list games to buy for Switch. So I wasn't too bothered by the frame rate dips or any stuff either that other people were bothered by. I'm kind of curious as if you still have that Smash Bros. Switch. What's up, Slane? Oh yeah, Fire Emblem 2. Sorry, I forgot Fire Emblem 3 Houses even came out. I am so sorry, Shadow King 1982. How could I? How could I forget about that? That's one of the biggest games of the year. Oh man, this is what happens when I don't own a Switch. I'm not that I forget about all the games that have come out. God, oh, what's wrong with me? There's a lot wrong with me. Oh man. Anyways, kind of curious if I have that Smash Bros. Switch. No, I don't. Nope. I never actually owned that Smash Bros. Switch. What I did is I had a friend of mine who bought an extra one that I was going to purchase from him to send out to you guys. So I was only gonna pay like $320 or something for it, so like $20 more than retail. And then he obviously with the job loss that happened in January, and then all this other stuff that's happened over this year, and then I canceled the giveaway. I just I told him, hey, look, go sell it on eBay or whatever, and get your $400 or $500 for it or whatever you can get, because I'm not going to be able to pay for it. So that's what happened with that. That's why it's that giveaway. That's not why. I mean, I was still planning to buy it up until I canceled the giveaway, but so I had access to one that I had not personally paid for yet, but a friend did. Did I ever play Deadly Premonition? No, I did not. Ryan Lista throwing up the Eric meme. Is it supposed to be a parody of Silent Hill? OJ's cool, just don't ask him a stupid question. Yeah, no. I don't mind OJ, man. He's all right. He's a good. He's a really good dude at the core of it. So that's what I care about. I care more about what the person is than necessarily what you always see online. Like, he's been abrasive with me. Him and I have had even like spats on Twitter and stuff. Where he's thought I was the stupidest guy in the world. But then like something will happen and he'll be one of the first people there to show support. My heart attack hit. He was one of the first people to contact me and make sure I was okay. And I mean first people like in terms of people on the internet that I haven't met in real life. Like literally he reached out and wanted to make sure everything was good. If there was anything he could do, blah blah blah. Like he's just a good, caring dude. It doesn't matter how much we passionately debate each other or disagree on things, like I'm sure he disagrees on me asking for money to pay bills and stuff. He still thinks, that I'm a good guy that makes good content, and he doesn't want bad things to happen to me. And it's been a rough 2019. I don't want pity parties here, but it's been a rough 2019 for me. One of the roughest years of my life, but it's okay. There are so many people that have it worse than me. So I have a house. I still have stuff to live stream and a microphone. Like I still have like a decent life. Even if it's not exactly the life I want. The life I want, I just gotta keep working towards. Did I play the SNES app yet? Well, I don't have a Switch, and I didn't have a Switch when the SNES app came out, so no, I haven't. In fact, I think my subscription ended. I bought a 1-year subscription for Switch Online, and it ended, and can you still take advantage of the Amazon? I'm not even an Amazon Prime member anymore, so that doesn't matter either, I guess. So I don't think I can get that either. So never mind. Good times. Not good times. All right, you guys got any more questions? Any thoughts on Breath of the Wild 2? I am extremely excited, and I can't wait for the next trailer. Breath of the Wild is my favorite game of all time, so I am pumped. Um, how much? How much would say you need to invest for a wedding ring? Wow. Like for you to invest in one, my fiance's had an engagement ring for a while. The one we're getting from me is only like $35. We're just getting a steel one. It looks really cool, but we're just getting a cheap one, and we'll worry about more expensive rings and stuff like that, like years down the road when we're more financially stable and can talk about and have discussions about upgrading our wedding rings and stuff. So the only one we're looking at now is like a $35 steel one that I hopefully will get here in the next couple of weeks, but I have no idea when I'll have the spare money for it. But yeah, it's you can invest thousands, hundreds. No, it really doesn't matter. It's not really about the money you spend on the ring. So, Shadowkin 1982. Would you prefer Oracle of Ages / Seasons remake or Minish Cap next? Probably Ages or Seasons, because I don't think they aged as well as Minish Cap has. Did I get to play the new Call of Duty beta? Says Jacob Roman. No, I did not. I did not get an invite for it. If it was a public one, I apologize. I wasn't aware of it. I thought it was private. Just Cliff as an interesting question. I'm trying to think. Well, I'm thinking. My mind's working on like multiple things right now. Let's see here. I'm just trying to figure out something here. So let me see. What made me decide to get into games journalism? Well, I've technically been doing games journalism since I was 12 on a website initially called Zelda Domain. So I've been doing games journalism for quite some time. And then, I don't know, things kind of escalated from there. From me doing volunteer fan stuff on a site I created to just grander things in general. And sorry, I'm trying to do some math here. I have a lot of math to do. Literally doing some financing right now while I'm streaming because I got to figure something out here. All right. So yeah, I think I've just always been into it. I enjoy writing about games, and I enjoyed it when I was 12, and I still enjoy it today. And yet, I never went and got an official journalism degree. Obviously, I went from Zelda Domain to some other ventures, Zelda Universe, then Zelda Informer, Nintendo Prime, and all that. Like I've done a lot of stuff. Gamnesia. I used to write for there too. I've actually co-founded that place. So I've been doing game journalism for a long time. I just don't. I don't know what it is about reporting on news or writing editorials about video games. I don't know what it is that's so enjoyable about it, but I've just been doing it for so long. It's like second nature. It's like part of who I am. How long do you think is the minimum length for a $60 game? I don't think there is a minimum length. It can be an hour. It doesn't matter. It could be 10 minutes. To me, it's not about the length of the experience. And this, I'm going to get into this in the highly subjective video on how you value games. But for me personally, there is no minimum length. I can't put a price on my enjoyment like that. Like, I could have the most amazing 10 minutes of gaming in my life, and that might be worth more to me than 70 hours of gaming in another game. Like, for me, it's about the experience of the game, not about how long it takes me to experience it. My biggest problem with the Wild was the frequent random encounter of Yiga Clan after beating their boss. Yeah, that felt like a little a little sequence breaking. That like, why is the Yiga Clan doing this and that when like what you're talking about Yiga Clan I already took care of. But what if the reason Gandalf was sealed away was to prevent him from gaining the complete Triforce? I think that's what a lot of people think. Sucks the Minish Caps limited the Wii U and GBA. Yeah, happens. What's up, Nick Figures? Welcome to the stream. I'll get back to my math here until some more questions come in. All right. Let's see here. Sorry, I was again doing a lot of math. I have a lot more math to go. Finally got some spare money on the side to get myself that new Nintendo Switch. My old one had the battery expanded on the inside, and I'm almost popping the... Oh, jeez. That's not good. Yeah, man. Get that new Switch. Definitely get that new Switch. Ooh, do we have a super chat? Do I spy a super chat out of the corner of my eye? Corey Baum hits us with that $2 Canadian super chat, aka $1.51 USD. Says, let's get the donations happening on this stream. That is actually the first super chat / donation / anything in this stream. Thank you so much, Corey, for that support. As always, man, you've been one of the top supporters for a long time. And I greatly appreciate it. I know I greatly appreciate it. And we have talked about things, about life that go well beyond just being your typical super chatter on a live stream. I appreciate it, man. I hope you know that I appreciate it. And thanks for, starting the donation train, even though I don't think any more donations are going to come in this stream. The stream only lasting about another 15, 20 minutes. I don't think any more is coming in. But thank you so much for the support. I always appreciate it, man. Let's see here. Dang it. I screwed up my math. Oh, I hate when I screw up my math. There's got to be an easier way to add this all up. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Maybe if I did it on here instead of my phone. Ian Morley. Boom. Just to prove you're wrong. Ian Morley hits us with a $2.47 USD. Although I think it's like €2 or pounds or whatever that is. Boom, just to prove you wrong. Thank you so much for the $2, man. Thanks for proving me wrong. I'm not going to be upset about being proven wrong on not getting any more donations or super chats today. Thank you. Thanks for that. Thanks for the reply. Would doing volunteer work be a good way to get started? Into the game journalism? Definitely. They want years and years of experience before they'll even pay you. You have to be a volunteer writer. The unfortunate part about journalism in general is you need to get it in. So, like, you need to get that experience in one way or another. Man, doing math sucks sometimes. I have so many different things to add up here. Trying to figure out a tax thing right now. I hate when I miss one step in an entire whiteboard's worth of math steps, and now I gotta start all over. Yeah, dude, this sucked. I was really far into this, and then I hit a wrong button on my phone. So now I'm trying to do it on my computer instead. And hoping I don't hit anything wrong, because then I gotta start all over again. And that's no fun, because I need this to be accurate. Because I'm pretty sure I have to make a phone call today because something's not right. But I need to add everything up before that to make sure that I am kosher here. Because I think I did the math on this last week, and now they told me my math is wrong. So I want to have the proof here and double check it. Because obviously I don't want to screw up taxes and owe a bunch of money. And I would do this later, but once my youngest is home and my oldest daughter wakes up, it's going to be a little difficult to do this because they will be a big distraction. And since you guys aren't talking much in the chat, you guys aren't much of a distraction either. Go ahead, be a distraction. I want to be distracted. I don't want to be doing this. You guys start asking me questions, super chatting, donating, whatever you want to do. Subscribing, liking, sharing. Distract me, please. Because what I'm doing right now is no fun. At all. I hate this. Even though I have to do it, I hate it. I would rather be distracted and worry about this later. I'm only doing it now because the chat is so slow that I feel like it's a good use of my time. What's your favorite song from the Splatoon series? I don't know that I have a favorite one. If I'm being completely honest, I've never actually thought about it. I don't actively listen to Splatoon music, so I don't really have a favorite, I don't think. Not one that pops in my mind anyways, that I'm like, oh yeah, that's my jam. Like, oh, in this stage or this, that. Like, nothing really comes to mind. I think Splatoon music is great. I just kind of like it in general. I don't really have a certain type I like or anything. Let's see here. Segment the Pikachu fan is in tropical. Nice. I'm trying to do some homework as I listen to you, and I'm waiting for someone to come buy a fridge for me. Nice. If you had a Switch, cash, etc., how likely would it be to pick up Ring Fit Adventure on day one? Well, assuming I'm well off financially and I have my Switch and things are going okay, I'd say I'd probably get it day one. I mean, it's an interesting concept, and potentially I could use it to try to work out, and I can make videos on it and also use it to work out. I think that's kind of cool. Just like I thought it was a Wii Fit. Too bad I wasn't doing YouTube back in those days, because then that would have been kind of cool to buy that as not only a device I could work out with, but I can also do a video with, which I think is much more interesting than just buying something personally. So I'd probably pick it up, because why not? All right. Let me see here. Do I play JRPGs? I do play JRPGs. They are a lot of fun, even though they are a big time sink. Thank you so much for that question, Omar Carrillo. The irony is just before Ring Fit was announced, I wanted to pull out the Wii Fit setup. Nice. Oh, man. The Wii Fit setup. I don't even have Wii Fit anymore, man. It was awesome while I had it, though. Let's see here. Don't sleep on Pokemon Mirage Sessions, dude. I am not. I played it back on Wii U. What if you stream yourself playing some casual games on your computer? Yeah, I've done computer game streams before. No one really shows up. Not really surprising because it's not Switch. So, what's my favorite JRPG? Secret of Mana, my second favorite game of all time. My second favorite game of all time, Secret of Mana. All right. What are some things about Secret of Mana that make it one of your favorite games of all time? The story, the characters, the combat, the way the world is built and how it comes together as you're playing it, how the item crafting works, and like how you improve the items you get. The fact that everyone can use basically every weapon, but there's weapon skill. The magic abilities, the fact that it's like a live action RPG, but you can also like kind of pause in the middle of battle and tell the other characters what to do, so you kind of have a strategy there. You can also technically play a multiplayer if you want, up to 2 players. It's just everything about it, even the aesthetic, the original aesthetic, not the remake, the original aesthetic. I just love it. I love it so much. And I realize that original aesthetic feels generic, but back when I was a kid, it did not feel like generic at all. It just blew my mind. So I love Secret of Mana, and it will forever remain one of my favorite games of all time. It literally was my favorite game of all time until Breath of the Wild came out. What is something you regret purchasing or rarely use? I'm just kind of looking around. I should probably look up on my gaming shelf if there's anything up there that I have purchased but rarely use. Probably the first Nintendo Labo kit. I thought it was neat, and I had a good time with my kids, and that lasted all of like a day, and hasn't been touched since. So, and there's plenty of kids' toys that I bought for my kids that I regret buying because then they just stop playing it, and it's just not worth it. But So there you go. What if you stream ROMs? I don't do ROMs, so nope. Did you play Samus Returns on 3DS? Yes, I did. It's a very good game. I mean, it's a remake of a very good game, so of course it's very good. Is the physical copy of Mana Collection on your to-buy list? Yes, it is on my list of if I can ever get around to it, I want to buy it. I have not tried Mario Kart Tour yet. We fit in the balance board. Yeah, happens. All right. Sorry. I'm getting really close to the end of my math, so I'm like trying to finish it. Like literally I'm right there, close to being done. I'm almost done, I promise. All right, I gotta write that down. Notepad. Notepad. All right. Yeah, just some math stuff. Top 3 games from last gen. Gosh, I don't even know off the top of my head. And honestly, I got to get going because my son's going to be, my youngest son is getting off the bus soon because he only has a half day. So I got to go and wait for him. I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Obviously, thank you to the 2 super chats we had, Corey and Ian. Thank you guys so much for those super chats. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome as always. Look forward to about, I don't know, a half hour, 45 minutes from now. I have a video landing talking about sales in Japan. So thank you so much for that. Check it out. Otherwise, I will catch you in the next stream or video. Peace out.